What's going on, guys? It's that guy with movies back here again, and today's video is going to be another video game collection. This time, last time we did the PS2 collection, so now I figure it'd be, fitting to do a PlayStation 3 collection now. And as you can see here, I have a whole bunch of games that this pile to go through, that pile to go through, that row to go through, and this row to go through. So there's going to be a whole bunch of stuff here. So without further ado, let's get started here. I don't think I'm going to do the genre thing in this video. I don't know, I think it'd just be too much work just to try and guess everything. But we'll go ahead and we'll get started with this pile here. I'll try and make this a little bit shorter because I do have a ton of games to go through, so let's get started. This is some of the newer stuff that I got, so we'll just go through this stack first. So the first game I have here to talk about is GTA 4, or Grand Theft Auto 4, and episodes from Liberty City. This being the complete edition of it, so it includes the original game. It has the other two expansion packs here. We have The Lost and Damned and the Ballad of Gay Tony here. And with GTA 4, I don't care for this one as much as some of the other GTA games. I don't know, maybe it's just like the car physics or something like that. Like, they're just so hard to drive, and they're just so slippery and everything. I don't know, and it's kind of laggy on PS3 too. So maybe that's why I don't really care for this game very much. But there's the inside, it's complete, it has the map and everything, and the instruction manual. So yeah, it is complete here. But yeah, there is GTA 4 right there. May as well just have it in the collection. So there is that. Next one I have here is The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, this being the Game of the Year edition. I haven't played this game yet, surprisingly enough. I know a lot of people will be like, oh, why haven't you played this? But I don't know, I just never got around to playing the Elder Scrolls games here. But I have one of them here. I do have Skyrim, which I'll show you guys in a little bit. But that's what it looks like. Once again, it has the map here, plus the instruction manual. I don't know what else is included on this Game of the Year edition, but it's got a different cover, I can say that. But that is Oblivion. Next one up here is Mass Effect 2, which I do have Mass Effect 3. Once again, haven't played it very much, so can't say too much about it. There's the inside. And next one we have here is Tekken 6, just a typical Tekken game, fighting game here. I do have Tekken Tag Tournament on PS2, and that one's not too bad. This one's also pretty fun as well. You can kind of tell it's a little outdated, but whatever, as long as it's fun. I don't really care if it's outdated or anything like that. So that is Tekken 6. Then we have some recent pawn shop pickups here. We have Dead Island, which is kind of a buggy game. The graphics aren't the best on this one, but it is sort of fun, I guess. Just kind of going around and killing zombies and just doing all these missions. And you have a big open world kind of beach resort here to explore. So that is Dead Island. There's a sequel, Dead Island Riptide, but I do not have that one yet. Then we have Saints Row the Third here. I do not have Saints Row 2 on PS3 or 4. I have played those ones before, and they're really, really fun games. This is the only one that I did buy back, I guess. So I guess it's kind of a start. But you just kind of make your own guy, and you just do all these missions. Once again, you also have a big open world to explore. It's not as detailed or kind of as full of life as GTA is. But it's still kind of a fun game, just kind of all the wacky and outlandish weapons you have and missions you do and everything like that. So there's that. And let's go through some LEGO games now. So first one here we have is LEGO Pirates of the Caribbean. I don't remember too much about this one, other than the fact that, I don't know, it was kind of okay. I don't think I care for it as much as the other ones, but yeah, there's that one. Then we have LEGO Star Wars 3, The Clone Wars. The first two are, the first one goes through the prequels, the second one goes through the originals, and then this one, quite fittingly enough, goes through the Clone Wars, so the Clone Wars TV show. The first mission that you do is based on one of the scenes from Attack of the Clones when they're in that big battle arena there. And I think the rest of it is kind of just about the show or based off the Clone Wars cartoon. So there is LEGO Star Wars 3, The Clone Wars, and I think there's another Star Wars game that's coming out, LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, which I think covers all 9 movies. I don't think it covers the TV show, though. Or, you know, like The Mandalorian or The Clone Wars or anything. But I do know that's coming out. Then we have Lego The Lord of the Rings here. This one goes through all 3 Lord of the Rings movies. Obviously not The Hobbit, because I don't think the movies came out when this game was released. When was this put out? 2012. So I think the first Hobbit movie came out the same year, but this one just kind of goes through Fellowship of the Ring, The Two Towers, and Return of the King. And then we have both of the Lego Harry Potter games. So we have years 1 to 4, and then years 5 through 7 here. We'll take a look at years 1 through 4 first. This one goes through everything from the Sorcerer's Stone to Goblet of Fire. And then, obviously, the second game goes through Order of the Phoenix to Deathly Hallows Part 2. So there is the inside of years 1 through 4. I don't think there's any Fantastic Beasts games. There's only 2 movies so far. So I don't know why you would need to make a Lego game off of that. But here's 5 through 7. If you just want to take a look at that one here. I still need to watch some of the other Lego Harry Potter. Or not Lego Harry Potter. I need to finish watching the Harry Potter series because I actually never finished the series. I think I stopped after Order of the Phoenix. So I still need to watch the last 3 movies. But I have seen the other Fantastic Beasts ones. They're not too bad. So, well, actually, the second one's pretty bad. But first one wasn't. I actually kind of liked it. Then we have Homefront here, which is a game that not very many people talk about at all. Kind of Call of Duty-ish, I think, but it kind of goes through, like, I think, invasion of the U.S. by North Korea. But, yeah, there's the back of that. I'm not going to open it up because the case is really hard to close because it's kind of broken, so I need to fix it. But that is Homefront. Yes, here's a good one here. GoldenEye 007 Reloaded. Basically just a remake of the GoldenEye for Nintendo 64. Just except with better graphics and better controls. I don't like the controls in the Nintendo 64 version. The controls are a lot better because they're more kind of Call of Duty-ish, which I like because you use the left stick to move and the right stick to kind of look around and aim the camera and everything like that. Not like the actual like GoldenEye 64 controls where you use the stick up and down to move, and then you have to use like the C buttons to like move from left to right. I don't like it, but yeah, this is GoldenEye 007 Reloaded. Then we have Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning, which is a game that I don't know very much about, but I have played some of it, and it's actually not too bad. And look at that, you do get Mass Effect 3 themed items. So it looks like if you have maybe like a Mass Effect save on your PS3, then you would get those items, which I do have a Mass Effect 3 save. But yeah, Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning. Then we have Medal of Honor, the limited edition. Just kind of, they didn't really do too much different to kind of differentiate it from Call of Duty for this one, because the Medal of Honor ones have always kind of stuck to World War II and everything that went on. But this one kind of brought it into more like present day. Like this one is like in Afghanistan and that. And I don't know, it's just not as good as the other ones. You do get one of the better Medal of Honor games here, Medal of Honor Frontline, which is one of the original ones on the PS2. Plus you also get the beta invitation for Battlefield 3, which is kind of cool. But obviously the game has been released already, so there is no need for that code. And there's the inside for that one. And then up next, well, I was just talking about it, Battlefield 3. This is the complete game, not the beta. So there is the inside of that one. Haven't played too much of it, so can't say anything. Then we have the Anarchy edition of Rage, and it's also one of the very rare PS3 games that has a slipcover and everything. It's also a really nice looking slipcover. It's got a lot of embossing, and it's got some shininess here. But that is pretty much what that looks like. It's made by id Software, who made Doom and Quake. It's kind of like an open world, post-apocalyptic kind of thing. Then we have Dragon Age 2 here. I'll be showing you guys Dragon Age 1 in a little bit. But this one is yet another RPG from BioWare. So there is that one. And then I'll also be showing you guys Dead Space 1 here soon. But this is Dead Space 2, the limited edition, which includes Dead Space Extraction on it, which I believe is kind of like a puzzle game, I think. But there is the inside of that one. So there is Dead Space 2. And then here is Mass Effect 3, and this is actually the last game in this pile here. So there is Mass Effect 3. And if you want, they actually included some reversible cover art, so you can do like the female Commander Shepard instead of like the male one. So yeah, there is that one. And now I will go ahead and drag one of the other piles over here so I can show you that stack. Alright, I have the other stack prepared, so let's take a look. Up first, one of the rare racing games I think I have on PS3. We have Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed, the bonus edition, which includes all of that stuff right there. So you have Outrun, Bay Track, and challenges, Metal Sonic and mods, and in-game stickers. And this one is pretty fun. It's kind of sort of like Mario Kart. You have like some items, and then you go race around all these crazy tracks and everything like that. But the one twist, I guess, for this game is that your car can transform. So, as you can see here, like you have Sonic on a boat, and then you have him on like a jet thing, and then you have his car right there. So it's kind of cool. And then you can also play as, I didn't know that autofocus. You can race as Danica Patrick and Wreck-It Ralph here. And I guess it's kind of cool. But yeah, there's the inside. There's like the content download, I guess they call it. But yeah, there's the inside of that one. And then we have Ratchet & Clank All for One here, which I have a couple of the other Ratchet & Clank games that were released on PS3. I don't have all of them, but I have a few of them. So this is one of them, All for One. This one's not too bad. It's pretty cheap, but this one kind of differs from the other Ratchet & Clank games in that you can play it on 4-player co-op. So one player controls Ratchet, another one controls Clank, another one controls Quark, and another one controls Dr. Nefarious. This one's also 3D compatible as well, which is kind of cool if you have a 3D TV. I do not, so I technically can't play it, but in 3D. But yeah, this one's complete here. Not the best Ratchet & Clank ever, but you know, it's not too bad. And then we have Condemned 2 Bloodshot here. It's a pretty old game. It's kind of outdated, but it's, you know, kind of cool. It's atmospheric. It's creepy. Kind of a survival horror-ish game. It's, from what I've heard, it's nowhere near the level of Resident Evil or anything like that. But it's still kind of a solid enough game. So that is Condemned 2 Bloodshot. If you're wondering where Condemned 1 is, it only came out on 360 or Xbox 360. So I don't have that, and Condemned 2 was like a multi-platform one, so there is that. Next one here, actually we're going to go into a couple more Insomniac games, and you kind of saw it already. It's the Resistance trilogy. I don't think it's technically a trilogy because there's more games for it, but we have Resistance Fall of Man, Resistance 2, and Resistance 3. So let's take a look at the first one first. This one was actually a launch title for the PS3. And I don't really hear a ton of people talking about this one here, or actually this series in general. But it's okay. You can definitely tell that this was a launch title because it is pretty dang old. But it's okay. It's definitely got some challenge to it. So if you like challenges, if you like kind of hard games, then I would definitely recommend checking this one out here. I kind of like my games a little bit easier. Like I do kind of like a challenge. But, you know, it's not too bad if you want kind of something challenging on normal mode, which is usually the, you know, difficulty that I play on. And then we have Resistance 2 here, which I have not played. I just bought it because I wanted the rest of the trilogy here on PS3. This one is complete, unlike the other one. So there is a look at Resistance 2. And then we have Resistance 3 here, which you can actually use the PlayStation Move for, which is, you know, not too bad. But once again, haven't played this one. I think I popped it in one time, and that was it. Once again, there is some reversible cover art, unlike the other one, so that's kind of a taste of what that looks like there. So that is, there we go. It's kind of hard to close, but that is Resistance 3. Then we have another, I guess, kind of duology here. We have the Borderlands series. I don't have the pre-sequel on here, which is the latest one that came out on the PS3. And then they also came out with Borderlands 3 on Xbox One and PS4. Here's the first Borderlands. I know a lot of people really like these ones. You basically just kind of go around and you kill some creatures and people, and you just go and kind of loot stuff and everything. It's kind of a cool game. Haven't got too far into it. I used to have it on 360, and I think I played it a fair amount. But that's what it looks like on the inside. And once again, you do get some reversible cover art here. I don't think it's very much kind of like cover art, but it's just kind of a cool design that's reversible. And then we have Borderlands 2 here. This one kind of has a nicer looking cover art here because it's like shiny and embossed and everything like that. Kind of the same idea, except you just have different guys to play as here. Once again, it does have reversible cover art, as you can see right there. Take out the manual, and that's what it looks like there. The embossing kind of ruins it if you do want to have like reversible cover art, but whatever. You know, I would prefer to it look like this. So there's that. This next series won't fit on my screen because there's so many of them, but it's the Call of Duty series. First one here is Call of Duty 3, the greatest hits version, which I believe was another launch title for the PS3. Once again, it is pretty old, you can tell, but, you know, it's kind of the same old Call of Duty that you get. It was still in World War II up to this point. So that is Call of Duty 3. We'll just keep that aside for a second. This is the one, I think, where they really hit their stride with it. This is Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, the Game of the Year edition, which I think just might include more maps and everything. But this is the one that I think everybody views as like the greatest Call of Duty game ever made. And yeah, this one is pretty good. So there is Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, and they kind of brought it more into like present day kind of stuff. And then here is a lot of everybody's favorites. We have Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 here, which everybody used to play online, like every single person did. And this one had a pretty solid campaign as well. Also kind of controversial with the whole no Russian mission as well. But I don't know why this one is in a greatest hits case. I don't know why, because it's just the regular version. But yeah, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Then we have Modern Warfare 3 here, which has been in my collection for quite some time now, which is kind of why the cover art's really kind of beat up. But there's the inside here. Not a lot of people really talk about this one as opposed to Modern Warfare 2, but it exists, I guess. And then last one I have here on PS3 is Call of Duty Black Ops 2, which I haven't played too much of. I know I played like the Zombies mode and some of the campaign in that. But this one, I don't know, I just don't really see myself kind of going back to a lot, but there's the inside. And now we have yet another trilogy here. We have the Batman Arkham series. So we have Arkham Asylum, which is in a greatest hits case. Maybe I should change out my Modern Warfare 2 for this one, because I don't know why this one's just in a regular like clear case. But this one is the Game of the Year edition. It has like all the Joker stuff. You also get 3D compatible 4 extra challenge maps. Really good game. I really enjoyed this one. You know, like, you can't go wrong with some Batman goodness here, because you just kind of go around and you just beat up a lot of like the thugs and everything. You have a couple boss battles. You fight Bane. You fight the Joker at the end, of course. But yeah, this one just a really fun game. Really good combat system in here where you can do like all these counters, blocks. You know, like I think you can do some like grapples as well. It's really fun if you haven't played them. And then we have Batman Arkham City, which is the only one that I haven't played at all out of these ones. Once again, it is 3D compatible. I hear this one's supposed to be pretty good. This one was where they made it open worlds, where you have like Gotham City to kind of screw around in and everything, and do a whole bunch of like side missions. This one has some add-ons here, so you have like the Joker's Carnival Challenge map, and you also can play as Catwoman as well, which is kind of cool. But there is the inside of that one. And then finally we have Batman Arkham Origins here, which is one that was not developed by Rocksteady. It was developed by WB Games Montreal. And you can tell that this one was not made by Rocksteady because it's, you know, not as good as the other ones. But this one also has another add-on for the Deathstroke Challenge Pack. And the latest one, Arkham Knight, was released on Xbox One and PS4, so I will not be showing that in this video. But that is Batman Arkham Origins. Then we have Red Faction Guerrilla, pretty much just known for, you know, the crazy amount of destruction you can cause in this game. I got it for $2. It was super cheap, and It's not bad. So that is Red Faction Gorilla there. Then we have Vin Diesel in Wheelman here. Not the greatest game ever made, but I just have this one in my collection just because of nostalgia. It's, once again, another pretty beat-up copy of the game. But I got it at a pawn shop, so I can't complain. But, yeah, made by Ubisoft and Midway. Just have some nostalgia for this one, some good memories of playing this. And, yeah, you know, it's not bad. It's okay. It's no GTA or anything like that. Here's Skyrim, because I was talking about it a little while ago. Haven't played much of it, so I can't say anything about it. But I know that's like, oh, that's heresy, but just haven't got around to checking it out. And once again, you do have some backing artwork to that. It includes the map and the instruction manual and everything. I heard this isn't the greatest version of Skyrim to play because it was pretty buggy at launch and glitchy and everything. But yeah, at least I have a copy of Skyrim in my collection. And then we have the 2 Far Cry games that were released on PS3 here. Let's take a look at Far Cry 2 first. This one I think was set in Africa, and I think you have like malaria in it, so you have to like keep taking pills and everything so you don't die from it, which is kind of an interesting little game mechanic here. But I haven't played too much of this one. That's pretty much all I've heard about this. It's like set in Africa and that. And you can definitely tell that it is an older game as well because the graphics aren't the greatest. And I think it's like a little bit more realistic. You can like make your own maps and everything like that for multiplayer. So that's Far Cry 2. And then we have the special edition of Far Cry 3 here. This one was, I think, a little bit better than Far Cry 2 just because it's more kind of like a tropical island that you can explore. And the graphics are a little bit better than Far Cry 2, but not by much, though. It is a lot more fun, though. So that is Far Cry 3. The other Far Cry games are on Xbox One and PS4, so won't be showing those. And then we have the Infamous duology here, which are both pretty good games. So we have the first one on the Greatest Hits label. Once again, it's pretty fun. You just have another open world. I think you're like in New York or something like that. And you get these like electricity powers, and it's a lot of fun. I like it. I would recommend checking them out if you know you just bought a PS3 again, or if you just bought a PS3 in general and you're looking for games to get for it. For, good cheap games, I guess. They're pretty good. And then we have Infamous 2 here, the sequel to it. Once again, it is pretty fun. I think I actually played more of this one than I have of the original Infamous. And you also get the multiplayer beta access to Uncharted 3, which is a great game, by the way. And there is Infamous 2. We have kind of more of a licensed game here with The Amazing Spider-Man. It's a pretty solid game. One of the only things that's kind of noteworthy about it is that the more damage you take, the more damage Spidey suit here gets. So that's kind of, you know, an original mechanic that hasn't been seen in any other Spider-Man game. But other than that, it's kind of just a generic-y Spider-Man game. Nothing, you know, too special about it, but it is kind of fun for what it is. And then here's the original Dragon Age Origins, which I was talking about Dragon Age 2 earlier. They did release a third one on PS3 and 360, but they also released it on like the newer gen consoles. I would rather get it on there, but this is the original Dragon Age, so there's that. Here's kind of an underrated one that nobody really talks about too much. We have LA Noire here, which has exclusive content. It's made by Rockstar. It's a lot different than some of their other games, because this one you're playing as like a detective in the 40s, and you're just going around and solving crimes and everything like that, and you have to like kind of do some detective work. And here's like you get a whole bunch of like extra missions you can do. There's a slip of the tongue and the console's car there. So it's pretty fun. I like it. It's different. It's kind of underrated. So that's LA Noire. Then we have South Park, The Stick of Truth here, which I haven't played too much of, but it's basically just kind of like classic South Park. It's got that kind of like really crude humor and everything like that. And yeah, like it's basically done exactly like the show. It's not like 3D like the old South Park game on PS1 and Nintendo 64 or in computer, but it's basically done in the style of a South Park episode. Like it's in 2D. It's got like that cardboard cutout style animation. But yeah, that is South Park, The Stick of Truth. One you have to have in your collection is Red Dead Redemption. Pretty well-known one, once again, made by Rockstar, set in the Old West. And this one does not have the map, I don't think. Let's see here. Yeah, no, it doesn't have the map or anything, but that's Red Dead Redemption. We have yet another LEGO one. We have LEGO Marvel Superheroes, which has been sitting in my collection for a little while now. I finished it. It was not too bad of a game. You can play as all of like the classic Marvel superheroes and everything like that, and a lot of, you know, not very well-known ones either. So that's a look at that one. Then we have Just Cause 2 here, which is a pretty fun game. I really like it. It's a lot of fun. Just kind of blow up stuff, and yeah, it's pretty much all you do. So that is Just Cause 2. I don't have Just Cause 1 yet. I should get that here soon. Then we have Need for Speed Most Wanted, which is kind of like the remake of it, the limited edition, where you can use like the PlayStation Move wheel and everything. But yeah, that's a look at that. I'm just trying to go like a little bit quicker through these because there's still a whole bunch that I have to go through. So that is Need for Speed Most Wanted. Then we have Bionic Commando here. Not the greatest game, but it's okay. It was cheap, so that's why I ended up getting it. So that is Bionic Commando. And the last one for this stack is the Saboteur here, which is once again another hidden gem that nobody really talks about too much. Made by Pandemic Studios. I think this one was the last game they made before they shut down. And that is it for this stack. So now let's go on to the shelf now. Alright, we are on the last little bit of this collection. So I'm actually just going to go through these here. I'm not going to like pull them out or anything like that, but I'll just go through them and just say, you know, a quick couple things about it. So the first three we have here are the Uncharted trilogy that they put out on the PS3. So we have Drake's Fortune, Uncharted 2 Among Thieves, and then Uncharted 3 Drake's Deception. All really fun games. They play kind of the same way, but they're all kind of fun. You can play through, you know, like it's almost kind of like an Indiana Jones-ish kind of movie, plus like Tomb Raider. But there's a whole bunch of like action set pieces in it that are really, really cool. So I definitely recommend playing those if you have not already. They made a fourth, or actually they made two more of them on PS4. They did like a little kind of mini game that wasn't as long as the other ones, and they did like an actual official fourth game for it. But those three are a lot of fun. Then we have a couple of the Lost Planet games. We have Extreme Condition and Lost Planet 2. Haven't played too much of them, so I can't say a whole lot about them. Then we have some more of the Resident Evil games. We have Resident Evil 5, the Gold Edition, and Resident Evil 6. Haven't played too much of them, so I can't say anything about them. And I was talking about the Ratchet & Clank games a little bit earlier. We have Ratchet & Clank Future, Tools of Destruction, and A Crack in Time. Both really good games. I really like them. I love the Ratchet & Clank series. I have all of the other ones on PS2 as well. The first four that they put out. Then we have a couple of the God of War games. We have God of War 3 and God of War Ascension. I think Ascension is more of like a prequel than anything. God of War 3 is, well, obviously the sequel to God of War 2. Just kind of, you know, hack and slash games. Haven't played too much of them, so I can't say a whole lot. But they are kind of fun from what I've played. Then we have The Last of Us. Of course, you got to have The Last of Us in your collection. Kind of the last hurrah for the PS3 before they moved on to the PS4. Because it actually came out the same year that the PS4 came out. But yeah, really good game from what I've played so far. Then we have Max Payne 3. I have the first two on PS2. And, you know, why not get 3 on PS3? Kind of fun. I really like it. You do like the bullet time and everything like that. It's you know, it's a lot of fun. Then we have Conan, which is a Conan the Barbarian game. Kind of like a generic hack and slash. There's nothing really that great about it. It's nothing special, but it's, you know, kind of fun. It's old, but whatever, as long as it's a good game. Then we have Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Blacklist. Haven't played it. Final Fantasy 13. The only Final Fantasy game that I've actually played a little bit of. And surprisingly enough, for a person that's not really into RPGs, I actually don't mind it. It's kind of fun. But it did get kind of repetitive for me. I know I have a lot of hot takes on stuff here, but, you know, like, it's not too bad. I actually didn't mind it for what it was. Then we have Green Lantern, Rise of the Manhunters. Kind of, once again, a generic hack and slash game, or like beat 'em up, where you play as Green Lantern. You're just going around just kind of killing all these like creatures and everything. You know, it's kind of fun. It's one of the better movie tie-in games that I've played. Then we have Beyond Two Souls, Diablo 3, which is like a dungeon crawler. It's a sequel to Diablo 2, of course. Haven't played too much of it, so I can't say a whole lot. And then we have Dead Space, the original one, which I did have Dead Space 2 back there. The Bourne Conspiracy, which is a little bit different than some of the other games that I played, because you play as like Jason Bourne, and you can use like the environment, and you can, you know, like use that to get like environment kills. Kind of a unique game, like brawler, I guess, kind of third-person shooter. Then we have Brutal Legend, the BioShock trilogy, BioShock 2, and BioShock Infinite. I've played a little bit of BioShock. I've played a little bit of Infinite. I have not played BioShock 2, however. Then we have Crysis 2, the limited edition, and Crysis 3, the Hunter edition. Both pretty fun games. I like those ones. Duke Nukem Forever, which is pretty controversial. A lot of people don't care for it at all. And I just basically have it in my collection just to see how bad it really was. Aliens vs. Predator, not too bad. You have, you know, 3 different campaigns you can choose from. You can play as the alien, you can play as the Predator, and you can play as just like a, you know, standard Marine. And then we have Killzone 2 and 3. The first one did not come out on PS3, it came out on PS2, so that's why I do not have that. And now if we move down here, I have like the big box exclusive edition of Tomb Raider here, the 2013 remake, I guess. Really fun game. This is one that I finished as well, and it was a lot of fun. I really liked it. You can kind of like upgrade your abilities and everything. You can get like different weapons. Now if we go down here, we'll go this way backwards, I guess. We have Deadpool, which is, you know, not too bad of a game. It's super short. It's only like 5 missions long, but the missions are a little bit lengthy, so I guess you kind of get you get what you pay for it. Then we have John Woo Presents Strangleholds, which is really fun. You're just kind of playing in like a John Woo game, or a John Woo movie. Hitman Absolution, the only Hitman game I have in my collection. We have Saw. You're basically just playing like a Saw movie. Dead Rising 2. I have a lot of fun with those ones. Dante's Inferno Divine Edition, another hidden gem that nobody really talks about. It's such a great game. I loved it. Then we have Transformers War for Cybertron. I don't have the other ones. Then we have Devil May Cry 4, the only Devil May Cry I have in my collection. I do still need to get some of those other ones. Sniper Elite V2. I do have Sniper Elite 3 on Xbox One. Metal Gear Solid 4, Guns of the Patriots. Star Wars The Force, or actually both of the Star Wars The Force Unleashed games. The first one here I have in the Ultimate Sith Edition, the Steelbook. And then I just have the Standard Edition for The Force Unleashed 2. Then I have Assassin's Creed 3, the only Assassin's Creed game I have in my collection. PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale, just kind of like, you know, a bargain bin Super Smash Brothers, but it has a whole bunch of like PlayStation characters in it. Really noticeable for omitting a lot of the like series characters that like got their start on the PlayStation. Like there's no Crash Bandicoot, there's no Tomb Raider, there's no Spyro, nothing. Then we have just kind of a random fighting game. We have UFC Undisputed 2010. We have Def Jam Icon there. Do not have Fight for New York because that one is super expensive right now. Then we have SSX, the remake of that one. Really fun game. I like that one. It kind of did something different. It kind of went a little bit edgier than some of the other ones because the other ones are really like kind of goofy. That one kind of went for a more serious, gritty take, but it was still kind of crazy though. Then we have a couple of the MotorStorm games. We have MotorStorm and MotorStorm Pacific Rift here. Both really fun racing games I have a lot of nostalgia for. Then we have MLB 13 The Show. Don't really play that too often. Then we have 2014 FIFA World Cup Brazil. Some of the wrestling games here, we have WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2011. Then we have WWE 12 and 13, because those were when, before 2K took over and started doing those ones. And then we have NCAA Football 13. That was a recent pickup. Twisted Metal here, kind of like the remake of it. The limited edition that I think has Twisted Metal Black in it. This is why I'm not pulling them out, because they're kind of, you know, I don't really want to screw up that order there. Mod Nation Racers, you can like create your own tracks, you can create your own character. It's just kind of like a build your own racing kind of game. NBA Jam, Skate 3, Tom Clancy's Hawks 2, and then a couple of compilation games to close this out here. We have the God of War Origins collection, which were the ones that were put out on PSP. And then Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Trilogy, so that has all 3 games in it. So anyway, though, that is about it for my PS3 collection. I went through these a little bit faster than I did with the PS2 collection. So that's it for this video. So thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, share. Instagram and Twitter links will be in the description down below if you want to follow me on there. Also, be sure to check out my IMDb profile page, and link for that will also be down below in the description of this video as well to check out what I've been watching recently. Also, if you're new to my channel or if you're not subscribed, be sure to click the bell to be notified of future videos. So anyway, though, guys, that is about it. Thanks for watching, and we will see you all next time.